Welcome to episode of Potion Sword Run. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Bungie celebrating Black History Month, and it's driving the grifters crazy. Who would have thought? That's right, it's February, and Halo Studios decided to release some armor on theme. This Black History Month, we're celebrating the contributions and the culture of the Black community within Halo Studios and beyond. We're committed to fostering an environment where everyone feels valued and supported. Let's build a future where opportunity thrives for all. Now, to a normal person, this is a nothing burger. He often celebrates holidays and months of observance. They do it for Black History Month, they do it for Pride Month, and they do it for other months. It's just something they do. It gives the players a chance to grind for some new armor, gives them new content, and it's an easy way to connect with the community. But if you don't like the armor, you don't have to pursue it. It's always your choice. It's just more content for the player. But because it's on theme for Black History Month, that's a big no-no with the grifters. Smash JT. Because pandering worked so well for the last time. Now when it comes to these history months, there's a thin line between pandering and actually providing your community with something they might want. Congress and these woke lefties right here, wearing all this African gear and kneeling down, is pandering. Why is this pandering, whereas the Bungie armor doing the same colors isn't? Because the armor that Bungie is providing is actually providing something to the players, to the community. It's a thing you can pursue. You can put it on yourself. Well, not yourself, but your digital self. What Nancy Pelosi and the rest of the establishment did was pandering because they provided nothing to the constituents, because they provided nothing to the American people. That was just for show. There's no concrete policy behind this. That is pandering. Now, whereas Bungie providing armor based on Black history for the community, an actual thing they can pursue, it's not. It's actually a service. Now, it may not be a service for you guys, but it is a service for people that actually play the game, that are part of the community. Grums! This does not belong in Halo. Time for companies to focus on what gamers want instead of performative virtual signaling. Talking about virtual signaling, that's all these guys do is virtual signal. Grums, Smash JT, and the rest of them know that they have a lot of white angry little followers, crusty old white dudes that are easily offended by phrases like that, by the United States having a history of Black observance, and some companies actually celebrating that, like Bungie with providing armor for them. So Grums is definitely guilty of virtual signaling. Pretty sure this is nowhere in the Halo lore. And I'm pretty sure you have no idea what you're talking about. And the people who love Halo and play Halo are actually pushing back, which is a good sign. Around Dark Lord Spicy Grown Up Inc. At the time of Halo, Earth is one united people. These differences no longer were considered meaningful. There was only humanity versus the nightmares among the stars. And that's the way it should be, Earth being a united people. But the likes of Grums always wants to divide us. Jason, the nice thing about fighting aliens is that all of humanity becomes the same tribe. Legendary Shower. A game most people play for multiplayer, having skins is weird. And again, that's true. It gives the people who want these skins more content, more, reasons to play the game. Even if they don't really want the armor, just to collect it. And that's the way that people actually who play Halo or any other game do. They like to collect stuff. And every month, if you're able to collect a new armor, that's just gravy on top of gravy. But this one here is my personal favorite because it calls out their bullshit. Lazaric. Nah, they have real problems, not time to invent pretend ones. And that's all it is. Complaining about Black History Month and Bungie providing armor to celebrate it is nothing but invented outrage. Outrage that you know that their subscribers, the people who watch their videos or who read their tweets, are gonna fall for. Because in the real life, people who get angry at this have some kind of problems. And I think Smash JT and Grumps know that. And so they keep on feeding their subscribers this kind of content that makes them angry, when there's really nothing to be angry about. So they invent one. But it's not just the armor that these grifters are mad about. Grums in particular is mad that the global marketing manager of Bungie actually wants to protect his employees from harassment. DMGO4. Major props to Square Enix. Employee protections. Love to see it. And I love to see it too, because when do we hear about companies actually caring about their employees? Supposedly the customer is always right. Square Enix is saying Not even Square Enix. Tokyo passed a law saying and that's why Square Enix is implementing this. He sees offense to it. Why do they see offense to it? Because they're the ones doing the harassing. Because it pertains to them and what they're doing. Bungie's global community lead applauds Square Enix overreaching anti-consumer policy to silence gamers. Square's policy claims to want to protect employees, but instead has clauses that say you cannot be critical of their company or ask for too much change. But because a company, Bungie, likes the idea of protecting its employees from harassment, Grumps takes offense to it. Again, why? Because he's the one doing the harassing. And then he takes offense because he's blocked by him. But he's not the only one. Endiaman is also blocked. Why? Because he's a fellow harasser. Endiaman: I'm blocked too. Shame. Way to open a dialogue there, DMG. Oh wow, he has bigger problems to deal with, like the likes of Destiny losing 90% of its player base and more. Maybe Bungie shouldn't be so focused on forcing gender identities into their space game and make content people want to play instead. Make content white people want to play instead. When it comes to Black History armor, John Della Rose: Wakanda forever. No surprise there from John. Yours, Torch Games: Bungie is filled to the brim with feminine soy boys. Let's keep voting with our wallets. Feminine soy boys, they say, but yet these guys are the ones that are complaining about armor in a video game. They complain about destruction in video games. They complain about options in video games. They complain about not having enough cleavage in video games. Yet the developers who are creating actual content for their player base are soy boys? And people who celebrate this kind of armor are soy boys? I've never seen a bigger bunch of snowflakes in my life. But again, the reason why they do it is because DEI talking points has become their livelihood. And they can't relinquish the golden goose. And they know that Black History Month is an easy target. And so will be Pride Month. And so will be Hispanic Heritage Month. And any other month that doesn't fit in their narrow right-wing narrative. Because at the end of the day, just like Nancy Pelosi and just like a lot of these companies, all they're doing is pandering to their audience. So those true gamers out there that like Halo or like Bungie's Destiny, and those who celebrate Black History Month or those who may not, go ahead and grab yourself some armor on the free. Go ahead and play some new content from your favorite game. Don't listen to these grifters, because at the end of the day, they're not the ones playing. So this armor's not for them. In fact, video games isn't for them, as it seems. I'm gonna leave it right there. Remember, always be kind to yourself and enjoy your life. And I'll meet you right there. Peace.